Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
Welcome to Ask Amy from What Fresh Hell Laughing in the Face of Motherhood, solving your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. This week's question comes from Farah on Facebook. Farah says, somebody please talk to me about parental sensory overload. We have 6 kids, ages 5 to 12. I have found that the older I get, or maybe the older they get, the noise level is less and less tolerable to me. I want to enjoy being around my kids the way I used to, but I find myself simply overwhelmed with the noise. Has anyone else dealt with this or something similar? Any suggestions on dealing with this sensory overload so I can get back to enjoying the company of my kids and family? Yes, Farah, I have dealt with something similar. Thanks for asking. I have always had this thing, this sort of increased intolerance to noise and chaos more than the people around me. Like when I'm driving on the highway, if there's music on in the car and there's cross-talking, I'm always like, we can have one or the other. People can talk or I can have music, but I can't drive with 2 noise sources. And then if they put on headphones and you can hear that like barely audible thing, don't even get me started. That's even worse. And yes, this feeling definitely has gotten more pronounced with what is either my age, my kids' ages, or the time we've all spent together in an apartment with no doors, or all 3. First thing I'm going to say is it's really good that you're noticing, Farah, that it is you, that it's a thing you have. It's not why is my family so loud? Because when you present it that way, you can get curious for yourself and others can maybe cut you some more slack. In people who are highly sensitive, that's me, sounds like it might be you, noise can actually cause anxiety. I'm going to quote Dr. Elaine Aron, who specializes in studying highly sensitive people. She says, HSPs process information more thoroughly, are more easily stimulated, are more aware of subtle stimuli, are more empathic, and have higher emotional reactivity. In other words, we actually really don't habituate to noise exposure like our kids do. The cereal spoon banging against the bowl over and over again drives me nuts, and my husband doesn't notice it at all. We're just different. Our highly attuned senses, you and me, Farah, are more affected by our environments. And when our nervous systems are already amped up for other reasons, as they have been for every moment of the last 14 months, the auditory information on the way to the brain can become more augmented and it can just feel like too much to bear. So it's a thing. So you can let go of the why am I so weird part of things. It is real. And then you can move to like, what's going to work for me? The first line of defense is cut down on the noises you can control. Turn off the notifications on your phone. Turn off the notifications on your kids' phones. My husband knows it's just a thing that I have. I don't want to hear his dings on his iPad, even though he doesn't even notice them. Second line of defense, remove yourself from the situation if you can. You can give your spouse a tell. Talk to your spouse or your partner, if you have one, when you're not triggered. I realize this is me. This is my thing. If you're a single parent, you can talk to your kids about it. I realize you probably don't get it. You might even think I'm nuts. But sometimes when there's too much noise, it actually makes me feel these ways. Tell them about it. And it works for me sometimes when my kids are older, but once they were sort of school-aged, I could say to them, if we were in a situation, say, where we were getting on the highway and it was raining and it was dark, I'd explain to them before we left, you know I have this thing, you know I can't tolerate a lot of noise, I'm going to be a little stressed driving today anyway, can we keep it down? And it would usually work. Okay, now when you're with noises you can't control and you can't escape, and you feel your anxiety rising about the chaos, notice it. There's that thing. there's this feeling that I get, wow, it's noisy and I'm starting to feel a little panicked about it. Stop and breathe. Do intentional breathing. I like to do 4 counts in, 6 counts out, 5 or 6 rounds of that. That will tell your nervous system that the fight or flight reaction you're having to your kids yelling, it doesn't have to continue. You're not actually in a dangerous situation. You are, in fact, safe and sound. You're just at a Denny's and your kids are yelling and they're playing the same No Doubt song 3 times in a row. And it's, it's maddening, but it's not actually a dangerous situation, even though your nervous system kind of thinks it is. When all else fails, noise-canceling headphones are your friend. I wear them a lot when I'm working at home, particularly when everybody else is home with me. I have a Bose set that I love that work pretty well even if I don't have them turned on. It makes it so I'm not like in space, locked out of everything, but I can't hear most of what's going on. I've heard other moms with younger kids mention AirPods so that they can kind of clean up, get stuff done around the house. The kids are around. And the kids don't necessarily know that they're listening to a podcast in their ears or nothing, silence, but it helps you. You can be a little more subtle about it and still get a little bit of peace. So again, that order of operations, turn off the noise if you can, change the circumstances if you can't do that. And if you can do neither of those things, take it as an opportunity to practice noticing and retraining your brain's nervous reaction. Farah, I hope that helps. Let us know how it goes. Send us your question and we might answer yours next. Email us questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.